Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Abdul Jabbar. I am the founder of Nur Al Huda, and today I'm here to showcase Nur Al Huda and how to navigate our website. So first and foremost, when you enter our website, you're going to be seeing this screen here, and you'll see this navigation bar up here. We have two main things that you need to focus on, our assistants and the login. So as soon as you come into this page, you want to log in. And this will give you the full capabilities of using our assistants. We have four different assistants in Nur Huda. I like to separate them into two different categories, research and general purpose and multi-use, right? So Nur Huda and Nur Huda for Kids are used for multi-purpose capabilities, and we'll go into their use cases in a moment, but they're general, so you can use them for just about anything. The other two are research focused, Islamic Socratic method, and Iqra with us. And I'll get into the specifics later on, but they're used for research mainly. Nur Huda is a general assistant, and what it does is it takes the user's prompt and makes sure that it's focused in on Islam and provides an Islamic reference for your questions. So, a common way that this is used is in the controversial topic of how Muslims should deal with the LGBT community. And we can try that with our assistant, and it'll give you a response founded by the Quran and a hadith. So, as it loads up, so it gives us the Quran, some verses, and a hadith that also will reference this topic. And then it gives us a way to deal with these people in a respectful manner, inshallah ta'ala. So it's a great tool for answering these tough questions, especially in our ever-changing world. A lot of these topics need to be touched on, especially by our youth. They need to be equipped to answer these topics, and this is a great way for them to learn, inshallah. Another way you can use Nur Huda is for curriculums and for lesson plans. So here I've asked it to create a Islamic focused lesson plan for biology for a grade 8 level. And more specifically, I wanted to talk about cellular biology and the different parts of the cell. So I laid that all out for the AI to look at, and it did. So here's a lesson plan for a grade 8 level biology. Talks about some objectives, some materials that you might use for the lesson plan, and then goes into using some Quran, um, lays out the different parts of the cell, and then gives you an Islamic perspective on the cellular complexity, some reference here, a hadith by Sahih Muslim, and then finally a conclusion that kind of relates everything that we've talked about so far. It also gives you a potential assignment that you can assign your students, which is also amazing. Um, yeah, so this can be applied to all topics and all subjects, not just biology, but science is typically one of those subjects where we find a difficulty in relating it to Islam and different Islamic perspectives, especially in older grade levels. We actually look at the verse here, 51:21, and I wanted to actually dive into that a little bit deeper with our another assistant of ours, Iqra with us. And Iqra with us, what it does is that it gives you the Arabic of the Quran, then it gives you the English translation, and then the tafsir. So here we have the ayah in Arabic, the English translation, and in yourselves do you not see, and then the explanation of this verse. Here we're using Ibn Kathir as our tafsir's source. So it explains that this is a call to reflect upon our creation, our intricate bodies, and the complex systems that govern our existence. all of which are evidence of Allah's wisdom, knowledge, and power. So it also gives us a contemporary understanding for this and how we can use it in our daily lives. So it leads us to actually ponder and think about our responsibilities and how we depend on Allah for everything. So yeah, that's a showcase of Iqra with us as well. Now to showcase Islamic Socratic method. So Islamic Socratic method is a way to essentially flip the script. We're actually going to get the AI to ask us questions, and we're going to have to identify answers and figure out ways to critically think of our next iteration of our research question. So we can start it off with basically anything, and it'll ask us to identify a topic, right? So I want to talk about the story of Yusuf, alayhi salam. And so it'll ask me a question based off of this. So what do you find particularly compelling about the story of Yusuf alayhi salam in the context of Islamic teachings? So me personally, I think I want to talk about his morals and his unwavering faith. So how do you think Yusuf alayhi salam's morals and unwavering faith are relevant to in contemporary Islamic practice and dealing with modern challenges? So this is a great Socratic question because now it gets me to think about how I can apply Yusuf alayhi salam's morals in a contemporary way in today's day and age, especially with the challenges such as uh, patience and being able to resist temptations of the world. So this is a great Socratic question that will lead me eventually into my exact essay question. So at the end of this exercise, it actually prompts you to write a 100-word essay that will essentially be your thesis. And that will be what you're actually going to go and research into. This actually takes me into our in development assistant, and that's called Muslim Reference AI. This is still not finished, but it's still in development, and hopefully will be out within the next month, inshallah. So I wanted to do some research into Prophet Yusuf and his tawheed and a commitment to Allah despite his hardships. I misspoke here, but it understands. Um, so first it asks me what kind of reference am I looking for? And here I wanted to find hadith. Right? So it references the book of hadith, the number, and gives us two here. So it gives us one from Bukhari and one from Muslim. But here, if I also wanted to get a Quranic version, so it'll give me a Quran reference to the Prophet Yusuf and his exemplary showcase of Tawheed and commitment to Allah. So here, as we can see, it's generating the response, but it's getting the source from Surah Yusuf, which is exactly what we're looking for. And it's going to showcase a few different ones. And those can be sources that you use inside of your research. To include, we have four different assistants: Nur Al Huda, Nur Al Huda for Kids, Islamic Socratic Method, and Iqra with Us, all of which have their different individual use cases and can be used for many different reasons. I'd like to also remind you that we have a upcoming webinar on May 29th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern, where we'll be able to go through all of these assistants in depth and answer any questions that you might have. And we hope to see you there. Assalamu alaikum.